Funhouse active.
Good morning, high value men and women. So this video today is going to be about Kevin Samuels. And I will say that I kind of started off with a not so great impression of him. He just seemed like the standard miserable misogynist on the internet. But, I heard from men and women that he gave it to both sides equally. From watching the show, I was immediately able to tell that that is not the case. This man despises black women in particular. He hates them. And it is very easy to see. He doesn't try to hide his disdain for every single black woman that calls into the show. And it's pathetic that he tries to kind of paint it as being helpful, helping you get a man. His favorite thing to do is to read out statistics about how black women are unmarried and how so many of us are not qualified for marriage. As if the biggest prize in life is to get a man like Kevin Samuels. Imagine having to be around that every day, to see that miserable son of a bitch every single day. That is a fate worse than anything I can describe. There is a reason that this man has been divorced twice. It is because he is not qualified for marriage. I guarantee you, every single woman on the planet would rather die alone than die having to listen to this man and his arrogance and his narcissism. And I know that a lot of you Kevin Samuel fans are here watching and you're upset that you can't see my face so that you can rate me as a 6 at best and then let me know that I don't deserve anything and that I have no right to have any expectations. I can't help but laugh at the fact that this man is 50 years old, twice divorced, single, and yet he spends every single day telling 27-year-old women on the internet that they're going to die alone. And here is the thing that Kevin Samuels misses. So whenever someone calls into a show, he asks them if they would like to be married. And of course they're going to say yes, because most women aspire to be married at some point. But he seems to misunderstand aspiring to be married as being desperate to be married. There is a very crucial difference between those two things. And the reality is, if the requirement to be married is to suck up and submit to a piece of shit like Kevin Samuels, then please let me die alone. He tries to paint black women as being bitter when he is the prototype for the bitter, divorced male who is angry at the world and angry at women in general.
If you're often insulting to get your way or to shut people up or shut people down, you may be low value.
Actually, that sounds pretty reasonable. Let's see if Kevin Samuels follows his own advice.
And then right down over here, we have none other than another washed up B-list actress who thinks she's got her opinion matters for something. Before you saw her on the Steve Harvey show, she was throwing rose petals at uh Prince Akeem, or what was Eddie Murphy's character? She was one of them Zamunda rose throwing women. That's who she was. That's her. Zamunda rose thrower. Look at her with this thing stuck on top of her head. You know that ain't her hair. It's stuck on top of her head. Now let's see. Unfit, weave. Fit, weave. You can't get rid of the weave. Why do unmarried women like Lonnie Love and Garcelle Bouvet think that they have something to tell you women? Not unmarried. I need you to take a look at their ring finger, and it's as dry as French toast.
If you examine Kevin Samuels' middle-aged finger, you will notice it is also missing a crucial wedding ring. Yes, he is also unmarried, yet he thinks he is fit to give advice on marriage.
Again, Fanny, you ain't been nobody since the 90s. Where'd they even dig you up at? Talking about it would not work. Who wants to marry you in the first place?
You know what the thing is that what works for a couple works for a couple. I can't.
Shut the fuck up, Lonnie Love. I've been wanting to say that for a minute. Shut up. I and men like myself absolutely don't care what your swole up ass has to say about anything.
As you may have seen earlier in the video, Kevin Samuels says that wanting to shut people up by insulting them is one of the telltale signs of being low value. So as you can see, he's shown himself yet again to be a low value man. By Kevin Samuels' own reasoning, this could be why he's failed to acquire a high value woman and why he very likely will be dying alone.
Look at Lonnie Love's face. Unmarried, never married, Lonnie Love. Unmarried, never married, Lonnie Love. Remember what I said? All the brothers are asking for is fit. Lonnie Love ain't been fit for a long time. Cooperative? Knock it out. She does have the single part, though.
Do you know why I think Kevin Samuels is so obsessed with marriage? I think he's lonely. I think that he is scared that he's going to die alone. So I'm going to give you a little advice, Kevin. Get therapy, get help, and address your issues with your mother, okay?